We have Crazy Form, Story Explained, Connections to Diary Entries trailer. Thank you so much for the follow, Rain. This is by Bookish Theories. I have reacted to a good bit of Bookish Theories. So let's see what she got. Crazy Form Explained. Thank you so much for the follow, Brianna.
Bookish Theories.
Or Bianna.
In today's video, we'd like to talk about Ateez's Crazy Form, focusing on a little breakdown of the trailer, the video, and the outro to see how they're connected to the diary and the story so far. Now, in this brand new chapter of the story, we catch up with Ateez still stuck in World Z as they continue their fight against the government. Like in Bouncy, however, this time the video doesn't really follow the diary as closely as previous installments. It kind of adapts the plot to the message conveyed in Crazy Form, but despite of that, beware of some spoilers because there are still a lot of references that we need to unpack. Now, Crazy Form is a song also co-written by Hanjung and Mingi. The title of the song refers to the individuality that each person has and should be free to express.
Everyone has their own form. That could mean appearance and that could mean personality. All these things that this person shows is a little different. It may seem a bit odd, but it all needs to be respected. Nah, facts. Because somebody else's journey, not your journey, they live in a whole completely different storyline than you. And you can't judge a person just based off of your storyline because you might not have went through the same stuff that somebody else went through.
Like the captain explained, in fact, every person has their own form. Whether we're talking about appearance, personality, or any other quality that makes us unique, the point of Crazy Form is to express the idea that everyone is worthy of respect no matter the form they have. Because of that, it is wished to help building a society that is more accepting and inclusive. By showcasing their own crazy form, they want to encourage people to take pride in their own form, while also accepting others whose form might be different from their own. As Anjung explained, this is the type of society they wish to live in, because in such an accepting society,
that's the society we wish to see that would make our lives much cooler. That was on your mind as well while we prepared for this album.
Everybody's lives would be much better. Now, keeping this in mind, it's easy to see how Crazy Form fits the storyline as a whole. In the diary, Ateez are in World Z, a parallel reality where they're working with the Black Pirates to bring down a regime that banned individuality, art, and emotions. The goal of their resistance is to free the population and wake them up using singing and dancing, and sure enough, the video portrays the members putting on a huge performance to spite the government and wake people up. Like in reality, Ateez want to contribute in building a world where everybody's crazy form is accepted and appreciated.
I like that they stick with the same storyline because even in Gorilla, they had the same exact type of feel. They trying to wake the population up and not have everybody in that dull type of state. They want everybody to be able to express themselves and feel seen and loved for who they are. I like this.
The story, they're trying to do the same thing. They want to set people free and give them the choice to do and be whatever they want, but so far the battle has been very difficult. Like in Bouncy, for instance, the resistance attacked the Prestige Academy to save the brother of this boy we saw back in Guerrilla. The operation was successful. They managed to destroy the academy, but in the new diary we discovered that the school was immediately rebuilt and remodeled in the form of a panopticon. The panopticon is a circular structure that is designed to be quote-unquote a perfect prison. This means that at this point the government is going mask off. They're not even hiding their intentions anymore, and in the video we see Ateez inside of this panopticon as they continue their fight for freedom. In the trailer we also see that Hanjung has a little interaction with a female student inside of this structure.
I wonder if he was actually there trying to save her, or if this was a figment of her imagination, because I've seen throughout K-pop a lot of the times they don't actually be there. They just kind of represent, they use themselves in the music videos to represent music within a K-pop fan's life, you know?
They're left alone, the captain reaches out to her, but the girl refuses to take his hand and walks away. Before doing so, however, the student gives him a subtle smile, which tells us that number one, she has emotions, and number two, she's trying to hide them so she doesn't get caught. In the video, we see that Hanjung is very pleased because he knows exactly what she's doing. In the diary, this female character is the leader of Thunder, which is an elite group of students, which is essentially tasked by the government to snitch on other students that might have...
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it.
regain their emotions. Little does the government know is that the members of Thunder are all awoken. They are an independent group of rebels that wants to bring down the regime. And in the videos, we first met them back in Al-Azia. They were the ones overlooking the situation from afar and the ones leading Sangwa to find the bracelet. As it turns out, in fact, the leader of Thunder is also this world's version of the girl that Sangwa saw in the parking lot back in the Diary film. Like Ateez come from World A, and their double in World Z are the Black Pirates. In World A, we have the girl in the parking lot, whilst double in World Z is the leader of Thunder. In the Diary, Ateez the
Bro, their timeline is so deep. I didn't even know about the Thunder. Like this group called the Thunder. It's interesting.
Black Pirates and Thunder start working together on a mission that leads them to the disposal site. This is a location that is also referenced in the video, where rebels and Awoken get literally disposed of in a very gruesome way. In Crazy Form, this part of the story is only hinted at. We see the members performing in front of the site, Mingy wearing the black fedora to let us know that the Black Pirates are still involved, but all in all, the events that we see on screen are very different in comparison to the Diary. As Hanjung himself explained, in TMV the goal of the resistance is to make the pirate ship float. That is a hologram that is supposed to shine all over the city, and while the captain didn't really explain the purpose of this mission, it's likely that they want to activate the pirate ship to send a message to the government and possibly wake up as many people as possible. Either way, in the video the members divide into different units, each of which have a specific.
It's kind of like the bat signal. Whenever you see that thing shining up in the air, you're supposed to like, okay, we good, we straight.
Task. Ouyang and Yuno, for instance, are the engineers.
San and me, hold up, calm down. San and me were musicians. It was our mission to make the pirate ship float. Each unit had a meaningful role. Musicians drew attention through music and dance. Yunho and Woo Young are engineers. As for Yo Sang and me, we are the street hooligans. Okay. Mingy, Hyung, and I were like a crime duo who entered enemy territory and took intel.
The engineers. They are in charge of creating the device that will later be used to project the hologram of the pirate ship. Jung and Mingy, on the other hand, are the spies. We see them infiltrating the private lounge of the Z generals, and as they play cards with them, their job is to
That's why you had the shootout.
In the video, we see that after the generals spilled the info they wanted, Jungo reveals his true identity by showing them an ace card. The symbol on the card is the anarchy symbol that Ateez have been using as the resistance of this world, so as soon as the generals see that.
And it also stands for Ateez, okay?
Symbol that Ateez have been using as the resistance of this world, so as soon as the generals see that, they understand the reality of the situation. While Jungo gets rid of them, Sungwoo and San are in another location acting as a diversion. Their role is to be the musicians. They sing and dance to attract the population, but also to bait the guardians to pay attention to them instead of the others. As they perform, in fact, not only Jungo and Mingy are taking care of the generals, but Hanjung and Yosang play the role of the hooligans. They are those in charge of putting up posters, spray painting messages of freedom, ruffle the feathers of the law enforcement, and in the video we see them doing exactly that. As the captain works hard to piss the guardians off, he ends up getting arrested, but we see that even that is intentional. When he's about to be taken away, in fact, Hanjung places on the car a device built by the engineers. This is the hologram projector they were working on back at the base, and as soon as the captain places it, Ouyang activates it from a distance and the pirate ship starts floating.
Thank you so much for the follow. So basically, during Crazy Form, we had three sets of people. One group was supposed to take out the generals of the world. Another group was supposed to go to the streets, let everybody know that they free, and they, vandalizing the city. But they was a diversion, along with the people who at the little junkyard place. They also a diversion. Interesting. I like
the appearance of the ship is portrayed as a shockwave that goes through the entire city, so the mission is successful. The hooligans were able to escape, the spies got rid of the generals, the musicians' distraction worked, and so did the engineering of the engineers. Right at the end, however, we see the Cromer smashed on the floor and the bluebird flying away with a red object in its mouth. In the outro, we discover that the object is a cube, which the bird ends up delivering to the base. At first glance, this device kinda looks like the cube that also appeared back in Dreamers, but to be honest, I don't think that that's the same thing. The other cube was a breaker, a device that the resistance used to destroy the chips used for mind control. If anything, it also looks like this thing that we saw next to the Cromer back in Illusion, but the red one seems to contain something inside, which might also be connected to what we'll see in the unit songs referenced on the map. Hanjung already confirmed that
Dang, we need a Matt's video described.
The final scene of the video is a spoiler for what's coming next, and besides the chromer, the bird, and the cube, another important clue is actually the moon. As sounds
it's red.
as a mama, in fact, in Ateez's lore, the moon is actually a very important symbol because depending on the phases of the moon, the chromer can work in different ways. At the beginning of the video, we see that the moon is a crescent, which is also the title of 2 different tracks from Ateez. When people use the chromer during a crescent moon, the device is able to deliver messages through dreams, which is essentially what we saw both in Illusion and the Diary film. In Crazy Foam, the video begins with a crescent, so it's possible that Ateez's goal here was to deliver their message of freedom while using the help of the chromer. Later on, however, the moon changes and becomes full, and when the chromer is used during a full moon, people are able to travel between dimensions. This could be a hint that
they might be like Infinity Stones. They went to this universe to find the red one? I don't know. But this moon is blue.
The Ateez might be going back to World A and leave World Z, which might also explain why in the outro the members are nowhere to be found. On top of that, Ateez already said that the unit songs belong to the World A of their concept, so all clues so far hint at the idea that for now we might be leaving World Z. Problem is that at the end we see that the chromer is broken, and this could be a clue that they won't be able to go back. In the lore, the chromer is a Mayan relic that is quite unique. As far as we know, there is only one per dimension, and if in Deja Vu they broke the one from World Z, now they broke the one from World A. The fact that at the end we see a blood moon, however, can also be a game changer, because so far we don't know what happens if the chromer is used when the moon is red. It's possible that using the chromer with a blood moon unlocks a whole new function that we never saw before, and we still have to discover what the red cube has to do with all of that. Since the revolution in World Z is still ongoing, I think it's fair to say that even if they leave, they'll still find a way to go back, but to understand how, for now we'll have to wait and see. In the meantime, however, I hope you guys enjoyed this video.
This was fire.
If you did, please think about liking and subscribing. As
Have
always,
we watched this
thank
video?
you so much for watching.
I love these videos because they give me so much more insight and it give me things to look for within the videos. Hopefully she do one on Matt's.